Garden friends. Fortunately, it is only 78 degrees today, but we are going to be having rain today and then the rest of the week. And I don't know about you guys, wow, the rain has been beneficial for my plants. It has put a halt on me being able to regularly be out here and keep my garden well manicured. A couple areas that I am going to be working on today are these two beds. As you can see, my hyssop has taken over. I sometimes get stuck on pretty and end up not being the right decision to make. Now, mind you, when this hyssop grew last year, it was about 3 feet, as the tag had said. But one of the things that I am learning is that if it says 3 feet on the tag, double that for the southern states. And if you got good soil, and apparently I have good soil here, because this here is almost 5 foot tall. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to cut it back because, like I said, a lot of the rain has been so forceful. It's bending it back. I just want to get things cleaned up. My black-eyed Susies, get those guys staked up, because I got a lot of plants that are in here that are low. And what I am trying to do is avoid any type of disease that could possibly get on those. But so come along with me, because I'm going to try to get these two areas knocked out. This is going to be a very hard pruning of the roses, the hyssop, my hydrangeas that are in the other bed, because I've tried to stake them, but because of the weight and the heaviness of the rain, the stakes are just not working, and it is driving me crazy. Like I said, I don't know about you guys, but while the rain is good, it is not keeping, my garden as neat as I like it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because this hyssop is covered with bees, and I want them to still have some things to pollinating, even though my garden is a pollinator heaven. Clip those off, put them in some buckets of water, and move them away from where I'm working at, and then they can just go over there and finish feasting, So let's get started with that, and I'm going to be very, very careful, because like I said, this is covered with bees. All right, and this is going to be the other area that I clean up. As I told you guys, the rain has really been beating down my hydrangeas. So I'm gonna climb back there, get some of those ones that are falling over, snipped, and use that to tie them up. Deadhead these roses, these elephant ears, these ones that look like they are getting demolished or fried, one of the two. I'm gonna get those guys cut back. Oh, and then, look at this, guys, my Japanese amenities. They are gonna be opening up pretty soon. My begonias, my Gumfrina is doing well, but just these two beds I am going to get cleaned up, and these hydrangeas tied back. I mean, this is just so bad. I mean, these are my Annabelles, so I'm just gonna cut them back. Those that have flowers on them that I can salvage, I'll salvage them. Look how now strawberry just looking bad. So I am just gonna do a serious hard cut and, just deal with the greenery over here. But you know what, like I said, my begonias and what have you is looking good. And like I said, because this is covered with bees, I'm just gonna clip flowers off and put them in the bucket, and then they can go over there while I'm getting the rest of this cleaned up. I do believe by getting this cleaned up and taking some of the weight, it'll allow the hyssop to bounce back and then add a new flush on it. Now, mind you, this fall, this is getting moved because this is not, while it may like this area, I'm gonna find another area within the garden that can actually handle the size of this. And if you can see down in here, which I'll turn the camera around once I get this hyssop cut, I have a bee balm down here. I also have some verbena, but it looks like because the hyssop and all the rain, it has powdery mildew. So I'm gonna be cutting it all the way back so a new flush can come through. I don't think the bees are liking me aggravating these, but all right, guys, this is elsewhere. And then here is my bee balm. And like I said, because of the weight of the hyssop, I have like mildew in here. And rightfully so. You know, that's the one thing, you know, like I said, the fact that I have not been able to stay on top of the garden because of all the rain. This is what happens. And that's part of the reason why I really don't like packing my garden, just to alleviate that. All right, this is the craziness. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, staked up, and in an orderly manner. And then see what I'm saying about my bee balm, and then also my verbena. That's buried back there. I have one back over there that doesn't seem to be doing too bad. And then I also have an endless summer in here. So all I know is this fall, this garden bed is definitely going to be revamped. Look at this. All the rain and the heaviness of my black-eyed Susans, it's literally causing way too much moisture for my Helen Bonstein. So what I am doing, as you can see, all that new growth, I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of these stalks off. I'm gonna bring these in the house. I'm not gonna let them go to waste. I try to stake that one up, but I just don't like how that looks. So I'm gonna cut it all the way down to allow the new growth to shoot up some additional new black-eyed Susies. But yeah, look at this. This is just a mess. I'm kind of hoping I'm gonna be able to salvage some, but this is gross. All right, guys. These bees are relentless over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting the hyssop cut back, because that seems to be where the majority of them are. And then get in here, get black-eyed Susie staked up. I might trim the Garo just a little bit, get the bee balm cleaned up, and then I'm gonna get back on. Yeah, the bees are just a little too active, and I don't want to be jumping around on the camera while I'm trying to do this. So I do like I do. Let me go ahead and get this cleaned up, and I'll get back on camera and let you guys see how it looks. All right, so in order for me to get back there where my strawberry vanillas are, And also I have some lamb's ear down there that, like I said, the moisture is just doing a number on those soft tissue plants. I'm actually going to do a hard cut of these roses. Take a good 2-3 feet off of them so that I can get back there, because my Japanese amenities are doing really well here. So like I said, I'm just going to do a hard cut because there's no way I'll be able to get back here with these roses this height. And like I said, while I'm cutting it back, I'm making sure that the fifth leaf is what's sticking out. And I would have thought with the height that these roses get, that it would act as a support for the hydrangeas, but they're just way too big. Elephant ears, I could have swore I had dug those up, but once I get this opened and cleaned out, I'm going to be digging these elephant ears up. I'm probably not going to get all of the root, but get them dug up, get them potted in a pot so that they can still be viable, but I just don't want them in here. Because of all the rain, while it is good for the garden, this is not how I like my garden beds to look. Oh, look at that vine of a weed. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get the roses cut, dig up the elephant ears and get those guys replanted, and then I'll get back on so I can show you what I'm going to be doing with my hydrangeas. All right, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so I did get the one rose bush cut back, and then I took out the elephant ear that was in here. But look at this. Because of all the rain, I don't know if I'm going to be able to salvage my Helen Von Steen. What I can salvage, I will. But you can tell, just look at all the mushrooms, just the moisture that is back here. And a lot of it is because I have not been able to keep this bed trim back so we got good air circulation, because this did not happen with the lamb's ear last year. We may not have had as much rain, but because I was able to stay on top of it, I mean, look at that weed back there. I never have weeds like that in my bed. So let me go ahead and finish trimming down the rose bushes so I can get back there and dig up the lambs here. I'm just gonna put them in some soil and containers so that I can utilize those guys, whatever I can salvage for later. But this garden here is going to be revamped this this fall, because this is just not working out how I want it to be. So let me go ahead and get this finished and then I'll get back on. All right, so I got second rose clip back, and then I tied up the strawberry vanilla. It still looks messy, but that's the best that I can do. And what I did was I used, let me show you, twisty ties. I used twisty ties, let's see, yeah, and just kept pulling it back to the furthest one, and hopefully that'll end up working. But look at this. I mean, oh, this rain has just really decimated my Helen Von Steins. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of those guys pulled out. And like I said, anything that I can salvage, I'm going to put in a pot. And then get my Wygele cut back, shaped up, because it's kind of looking kind of wild. But then guys, look at this. I got to get Kevin to come over here and get that guy moved. That's one of those Jehobies or what have you. But get him moved to somewhere else before I get over in this section. All right, this is done to the level that I am going to be able to do it. Like I said, I'm going to be revamping this garden bed this fall. You can see my calla lilies are doing well. That one back there, that's why I said this whole bed is going to be revamped. And then it doesn't look so congested. That vanilla strawberry, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm not going to worry about it. But I do know my Japanese amenities are going to go away. I got to get back there and get all those mushrooms back there. But I did end up cleaning out all of the lambs there. Nothing that was salvageable because the roots were waterlogged. But so this side is done. And then here's the other side. Oh, it looks so much nicer. I really did a hard cut on the hyssop. And like I said, that hyssop is going to be moved this fall. Cut off all of the flowers for the black-eyed Susies. And this just opens it up. Because like I said, before you couldn't even see the endless summer. You couldn't see my million or anything like that. And then back there in the blue pot, I have a little rose that you couldn't see. But yeah, this just looks so much better. I am more than likely going to move my Garo because this guy is just massive. But yeah, it just looks so much neater back here. And then I had to pull out the Helen Von Stein, and I put those three little plants there. I don't remember what they were. They were on clearance. So, but yeah, you know, I don't know about you guys, but like I said, while the rain is good for the flowers, it just messes with my ability to stay on top of my garden. The other thing, I had my lollipop verbene in there, and as I stated, it had powdery mildew. So I dug both of those up from the spots that they were in, and I put those in pots until I start working on the other flower bed that I'm going to put those in. And then all of my elephant ears, I'm going to go ahead and get those guys cut down and potted up. I don't care for them, so I might end up seeing if any of my other garden friends would want any. All right, I am so glad that I was able to get these two beds done, but as you can see, it is cloudy and we're getting some raindrops. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video.